So try and remember this. If your gratitude is higher than your expectations, you cannot be disappointed. I'll tell you all about it coming up on Ride with Kev. What's going on, you guys? To the new subscribers, welcome in. Usual suspects, welcome back. Time for another one. Trying to up the game and try and give you guys information. So there's a lot to unpack from that thumbnail, but because I had so much to pack in the other video, I didn't get to go into a lot of details. So we are currently on a 34 unintentionally. We'll get into that, but I am in Kingsland, Georgia, my favorite Pilot in the whole world because they have a great store, easy parking, and it's a big lot. So I've actually been able to go get some exercise in while I've been sitting here. But we are on our way down to Florida after everything that has gone on. We took the egg load down to Phoenix. We took the Phoenix load all the way up to Montgomery, New York, home of Orange County Choppers. And then we picked up a load out of New York going down here to Apopka, Florida. I have 41,000 pounds of black-eyed peas. So, but apparently this is a big load, so, got to keep everything secure. And I wanted to talk about gratitude. And I wanted to explain, we'll get into the thumbnail, but I wanted to explain why gratitude is so important in this business, in this industry, in life in general. I had all the reefer problems that we had going up to Pennsylvania. And about all the reefer problems I had taking that load over to Salt Lake City. And one of the things that I got mentioned to me in comments was how hard it was and how my attitude seemed to be good and how I could make all the video clips laughing about it. And one of the guys I was talking to was like, you had all those funny clips, I would be crying. Well, didn't say I didn't want to cry. But you see, my gratitude is higher than my expectation. Because what you don't get to see is all of the behind the scenes stuff. I had a load that I wanted to take out of New York, going to Salt Lake City. The whole point was to get to Salt Lake City because there's some really good reefer loads out there. And that load didn't work out. But had that load worked out, it was a dry load. I would have driven all the way across the country dry, not running my reefer. And when they picked up that egg load, and then my reefer would have gone out, and the road from Salt Lake City down to Phoenix, there was nobody that was going to be able to fix it. And so it probably would have broken down, and I'd have had 42,000 pounds of spoiled eggs on my truck. I'm awfully grateful that that didn't happen. Or there was a load I wanted out of New York that I also didn't get that went down to Florida to a Walmart distribution center. So imagine if I've been on load for this broker, I'm going down to Florida, it breaks, it's not frozen, and I miss a Walmart delivery, make this broker mad, lose the broker. All of those things could have happened had I not gotten the load I got. That was actually a good paying load. How grateful was I that my wife and I are a team, that we can work together, that she's not like, I don't want to deal with this. I say I need help, she helps. Now, she doesn't get all into the fine details and the minutia of it. But you see, yeah, I had a lot of problems. I had a lot of breakdowns. I had a lot of issues, some of them self-inflicted. But I'm grateful that I had loads. I'm grateful that they happened when they did. We had the tire problem on the trailer. How awesome. I could be, oh my God, I did not plan to lose 3 tires. I could be disappointed and hurt and frustrated. Or I could be grateful that every tire, that a problem that I had was within 50 miles of a Love's, that had the tire that was in the middle of the night that got me right in. You can't be jealous of what other truckers are doing if you're grateful for what you have. That was the whole point for the community post, and I put it on Instagram. It's like, remember back when you wanted what you have now? Because I do. I remember being at Prime or TMC or some of the other places going, I just want my own truck that I own, that I have my business, and I can go where I want, when I want, for how much I want, going home when I want to, and nobody will say a word. Gosh, I want that. And I have that. And I'd almost forgotten about that because you can get so broken down into this, that, and the other, and this didn't work out, and I want this, and I want that. You can become ungrateful. You can start focusing on the situation that you're dealing with and lose the gratitude, and then you get into jealousy. Wow, well, nobody else is having these problems. Man, that dude must be nice to be that guy because, he's got that decked out 589. I can be grateful that I own my truck or that I have a good truck. Or I can be grateful that I can focus on, I don't want to lose this broker, because trust you, I don't want to lose any broker. Or I can remember, wow, I made it 6 months. I got to the 6-month point. Now, there are a number of brokers I can work for now. God, I don't want to lose a broker, but at least I am grateful that we made it this far. We got this far. And that brings us to the thumbnail. And this part of the video is for the usual suspects. I know that I have, 6,300 subscribers. There are about 300 of you that watch my videos, that I get the same comments, the same thumbs up, the same guys that are invested in what I do. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Sorry about that. Had a little change of things going on. I wanted to be able to focus on this. And so, I have talked about big things coming to the channel. You remember that in several videos. And, I've talked about this part before, and that is that with milestones, with success, whatever you want to call it, there are things that also include fear. And I told y'all, for the first 6 months, not a whole lot of brokers. I've actually had my authority for now over 8 months. I know I said 6 months in the video, and that was a milestone. But there comes the side of fear. And I don't care who you are, we all have it. And I could keep doing things like I've been doing them, and I'll be just fine. But remember when you wanted to get where you are now. And the family and I talked about it, and there's a lot of stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. And while I am invested, and I saw a comment one time, dabble in my job. I'm not dabbling. I'm making money. Everything's just kind of, what's the magic F word? Everything's fine. I could keep doing what I'm doing, be home all the time, and be fine. But I want more than that. And so, as it says in the thumbnail, this is Babe's last run. She's been a good truck. I've had it for about a year, but getting long in the tooth for me. There's some things in here and there and some issues, and this is also my trailer's second to last run. Now, I'm not going to give you all the details. You do have to stick around. Come on, work with me here. But I've been all in. This is what I've done. I've chosen to invest a lot into this. But now it's time to crank it up to 11. And those are the big things that I've been working with. Like I said, now with the authority I now have brokers reaching out for me for dedicated runs that we're working on. I've had brokers reach out for new brokers that I'd never worked with before. There's some steps that I'm taking and have been taking behind the scenes, and everything's getting sold because we're now ramping it up. I told y'all 2024 was going to be a great year. I told y'all that everything doesn't work out, but I've kept my gratitude up. I'm thankful for what I have. It isn't I want more for the sake of having more, but it's 2024, because here's the thing, I'm grateful, and I know I see the videos all the time. 2024, is not going to be good, and this company's going bankrupt, and February is the worst month ever. I had a fantastic February, but I could have an even better March. We are stepping forward. We're not going backwards. We're overcoming the hurdle of fear and saying, no, I'm not scared. Well, Kevin, what if you make these moves and it fails? You could be sitting here in 6 months going, man, if I just would have stayed there, I'd have been home. It's time. It's happening. Whether you like it or not, Kev, we're stepping it up. And that is just, we are not judged by the outcome of our decisions. We're judged on why we made the decisions. And so we have made the decision to move forward. And so when I said I'm done in selling everything, I'm done testing the market. I'm done testing whether or not this works. This works. I can be successful doing this. This is a viable business for the future of me and my family. And so I'm done dabbling. We're not just feeling it out. It works. I've proven the concept. I can show you, and I'm not going to, but I could show you all the business numbers. This works for me. And so I'm done seeing if it'll work. Now we're stepping forward to make it work. So I have to get this truck detailed and cleaned out because it's already gone. It's technically sold. I just got to get my stuff out of it and get done with this run. And so I'm going to get on this run and move on to phase 2. And there's already a phase 3 and a phase 4 in order. So I'm super excited. If you see some clickbaity titles, come on. I got to play the game of YouTube, right? I'm going to make the videos, got to have a little fun with it. But for the usual suspects, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you stick around for the ride, because I told y'all 2024 was going to be awesome. God bless. Let's get rolling.